India for the first time abstained from voting on a resolution on Palestine adopted at the UN rights body that calls for accountability by parties involved in last year's conflict in Gaza. India, however, maintained that there was no change in its long-standing position on support to the Palestinian cause. The resolution on ensuring accountability and justice for all violations of international law in the occupied Palestinian territory, including East Jerusalem, was adopted at the UN Human Rights Council with 41 votes in favor, 5 abstentions and 1 vote against the resolution. Setting aside an order of the Madras High Court, Supreme Court has ordered the trial of 35 crew members of US vessel under the Arms Act. Crew members were arrested in 2013 for allegedly carrying a huge cache of weapons illegally on board. The apex court said the case attracts the provisions of Arms Act for initiating prosecution of the accused for commission of the offences punishable under it. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will embark on a 6-day tour of 5 Central Asian countries from Monday. Prime Minister will also visit Ufa in Russia for the summit meeting of BRICS and the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Enhancing strategic economic and energy cooperation will be the focus. This will be the PM's first visit to the region, but follows an initiative first mentioned in 2012, the Connect Central Asia policy. Government will soon implement an ambitious policy under which 1% of the road construction cost will go towards planting trees. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari said on Friday that this will help transform India's 90,000 kilometers of national highways into green corridors. Textile Minister Santosh Gangwar on Friday laid the foundation stone for an apparel and garment making centre in Aizawl, the capital of Mizoram. With this, now all the 7 states of Northeast India will have one such apparel and garment making centre. Government will give national award with a cash prize of 1.5 lakh rupees to 3 best rag pickers and 3 associations for their contribution to keep India clean. Environment Minister Prakash Javadekar pitched for setting up of a credible agency like the Delhi Metro Rail Corporation that can guide municipal bodies to take measures to address waste management in a scientific way. Government has notified strict rules for asset valuation under the recently passed law to check black money stashed abroad. Central Board of Direct Taxation says the value of overseas assets including immovable property and jewellery will be calculated at the fair market value. Union Public Service Commission will announce the results of the Civil Services Examination 2014. 3,303 appeared for the personality test, which were held from 27th April to 30th June. A total of 1,364 posts are to be filled through the Civil Services Examination. Mumbai Metro services will remain suspended between 8:30 am to 4 pm tomorrow due to a statutory safety inspection. Mumbai Metro will begin trials on Sunday to see if its trains can be run at a speed of 80 km per hour instead of the current 50 km per hour. Tenth of thousands of Greeks have attended rival rallies in Athens ahead of a crucial referendum on Sunday. Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras was greeted with huge cheers when he told supporters to vote no to the terms of an international bailout. Tsipras put his own position on the line, saying he would respect the result of the vote but would not lead a government to administer austerity in perpetuity. In Israel, a group affiliated with Islamic State has said it fired 3 rockets into Israel from Egypt's Sinai Peninsula. The affiliate said it had acted in retaliation for what it says is Israeli support for the Egyptian army. Israel said 2 rockets landed in the south of the country but caused no casualties. At least 17 Egyptian soldiers and 100 IS militants died in fighting in northern Sinai, bordering Israel since Wednesday. In Syria, at least 25 members of Al-Qaeda's Syrian affiliate, including one of its leaders, were killed in an explosion in the northern region. According to Syrian Observatory for Human Rights, the death toll could rise as dozens of civilians were also injured in the explosion during iftar prayers in the city of Ariha. The French government has rejected an asylum request from WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange, saying he did not face immediate danger. In his letter to the president published earlier on Friday in a French newspaper, Assange described himself as a journalist pursued and threatened with death by the US authorities as a result of his professional activities. Assange has spent over 3 years holed up in the Ecuador embassy in London to avoid extradition to Sweden. India suffered a 4-0 defeat as their defence succumbed under the pressure mounted by an aggressive Belgium side in the semi-finals of the Hockey World League semi-finals at Antwerp. Florent van Aubel scored 3 goals for Belgium. Solar Impulse, the solar-powered plane, has landed in Hawaii after a record-breaking 5-day journey across the Pacific Ocean from Japan. Pilot Andre Boschberg and his single-seat solar aircraft arrived early on Friday at a small airport outside Honolulu after taking off from Nagoya. With this attempt, the pilot has broken the record for the world's longest non-stop solo flight.